Diego Rodriguez de Silva y Velazquez was baptized on June 6, 1599. It is assumed he was born on June 5th. Infants were baptized within a day or two of their birth because of the high mortality rate. He was a Spanish painter who was the leading artist in the court of King Philip IV. He lived and painted during the Baroque period. He painted many portraits of the Spanish royal family, notable European figures, and commoners. His masterpiece is considered to be Las Meninas, which was painted in 1656. Velazquez has been called the father of Impressionism because so many Impressionists point to him as their most important influence. They include Manet, Picasso, Dali, and John Singer Sargent. He was born in Seville, Andalusia, Spain. He began studying with the artist Francisco de Herrera when he was 11 years old. At age 12, Velazquez began to serve as an apprentice under Francisco Pacheco, an artist and teacher in Seville. He studied at Pacheco's school for 5 years, studying proportion and perspective. On April 23, 1618, Velazquez married Juana Pacheco, the daughter of his teacher. In December 1622, Rodrigo de Viendrando, the king's favorite court painter, died. Because of his reputation, Velazquez was commissioned to paint the portrait of King Philip IV. On August 16, 1623, Philip IV sat for Velazquez. Velazquez immediately became the court painter, and Philip IV was never painted by another artist during his lifetime. In 1649, Velazquez visited Italy for the second time, where he painted the great portrait of Pope Innocent X. The Pope was so impressed with the portrait, he presented him with a medal and golden chain. The great painter Sir Joshua Reynolds said this painting was the finest picture in Rome. In 1650, in Rome, Velazquez also painted a portrait of his servant, Juan de Pareja, now in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. It is one of his best-known pieces of portraiture. Queen Elizabeth died in 1644, and Philip IV remarried. One of the infantas, Margaret Teresa, the eldest daughter of the new queen, is the subject of Las Meninas, which was painted in 1656 and is considered Velazquez's masterpiece. Created 4 years before his death, it serves as an outstanding example of the European Baroque period of art. The painting has been referred to by Luca Giordano, a contemporary Italian painter, as the theology of painting. And in the 18th century, the Englishman Thomas Lawrence cited it as the philosophy of art. In the painting, Velazquez himself stops working and steps out from behind the very painting we are viewing. He and the others, including the 5-year-old Infanta Margarita, are acknowledging the king and queen who have just entered the room. How do we know this? Their reflection is in the mirror on the wall in the distance. Thanks for watching.